Welcome to the second video of my first Resistance Week. This week is all about basic activism. Check out Monday's video if you missed it. Do you want to be a better ally? Are you unsure of where to start? I've got you. Let's do this. A problem that isn't anywhere near new, but is certainly compounded since the election, is the question of how to be a good ally. A lot of people are being hurt or will be hurt by this administration, but not all people and not all the same people all the time. What do you do when something terrible harms your friend but not you personally? How do you help and get involved when the damage isn't being done directly to you? This is not a call-out video. It's important to understand that everyone is privileged in some way. Everyone is better off in one aspect of life than somebody else. Now that I have a home again, I am more privileged than someone who is still homeless. Just the fact that my family can afford consistent internet access is a level of privilege in itself. If you get nothing else out of this video, please just understand that privilege isn't a dirty word. It just means you have access to something that someone else does not. It's not something you should be ashamed of. In fact, you should use it to your advantage. I'd like to use this video to show you how. Step 1. Talk less. Listen more. Supporting your fellow man means more than just saying so. It's important to be vocal about equality, but understand that faith without works is dead. To truly even fit the base definition of being an ally, you must show the action behind your words. The easiest way to start this process is to learn what others need help with. You do this by listening to marginalized voices when they share their experiences. Lend an open ear to the women in your life, to people of color, to the LGBTQ, to the poor, to the disabled, to religious minorities. I understand it can be overwhelming to face such magnitudes, such multitudes of issues, and that it can make you feel incredibly guilty for things you feel are not your fault at all. But when you respond to others' suffering with empathy and cooperation instead of aggression and defensiveness, you will usually be met with much more positive reactions. An open mind is your first tool against apathy, so reach out. However, this doesn't mean that you should expect to be thanked just for listening to someone, nor does it mean that you should expect everyone to educate you. You will learn a lot by listening, and you should never be afraid to ask questions, but Google is a very powerful tool, and the internet is very, very well stocked with information. Step 2. Use your voice to boost others. Remember what I said about how you shouldn't be ashamed of your privilege? Here's why. Depending on your gender, education, race, sexuality, etc., you may be taken more seriously or be respected more than a marginalized person. That sucks, but you can use it to your advantage. If you use your voice to speak on issues, even if they may not directly affect you, you might reach an audience that a different person could not. That's great. I know it sounds counterproductive or sad, but it's important to understand that people tend to uncover their own prejudice and layers. People don't become enlightened at the flip of a button. You may help someone discover or delve deeper into a subject they hadn't considered, which in turn could help them learn and change themselves. That also means it's important for you to boost marginalized voices. Because you have access to a different audience, it's your job as an ally to expose your audience to voices that can speak from experience. Being an ally is not about making yourself look good, but instead sharing the worth of others. For example, the past few years has brought the topic of diversity to the forefront of the publishing industry. A fellow YouTuber, book reviewer Whitney of Witty Novels, recently made a video on #OwnVoices and the importance of diversity in books. It was a long and thoughtful video, and over half of it featured personal videos from YouTubers of color. Whitney has an audience of over 40,000, so using her platform to educate on this issue has the chance to reach a lot of people, many of whom were being introduced to these other creators for the first time. Including others, people who've lived these problems and have experience fighting them, only strengthens any argument you can make. Step 3. If you mess up, apologize and do better. A scary thing, if not the scariest thing for new people who want to be more involved in activism, is the fear of being torn apart if they mess up. It's terrifying to realize you may hold problematic viewpoints and not even know it. Even scarier to fear being misunderstood when you feel your intentions are nothing but pure. Some of you may look at me and think, that's easy for you to say, and I understand that, but I'm afraid of the exact same thing. There are a lot of things I don't know, even about my own identity. I'm not a walking example of political correctness, and I doubt anybody really is, or that anybody could ever truly be. I screw up sometimes. You're gonna screw up sometimes. That's okay. Refer to step 1 when you do. Instead of being defensive, listen when somebody tells you how you may have hurt them, apologize, and work hard to do differently in the future. Another YouTuber friend, writer Shaylin of Shaylin Writes, recently uploaded a video entitled "Realizing My Book is Problematic." In it, she talks about listening to someone speak about diversity and discovering the existence of the white savior trope, which she had never heard of before. Researching the topic more, she realized her fantasy novel fell under a lot of the same issues. In the video, she explains how she tried to reason with herself. Racism wasn't her intention, how the longer the series went on, the more it would be deconstructed, etc. Eventually, she realized that if someone was offended by book 1, they probably wouldn't read any further books to see if the issue was addressed. She ultimately decided it was best to edit and rewrite the problematic elements than argue intentions over something that could seriously hurt people. In this process, she actually discovered that editing made her plot stronger and more impressive. What really impressed me about this was her honesty. Her book is still in editing, she hasn't submitted it to agents or publishers yet, so she very easily could have done these edits without telling anybody about why. The choice to not only admit the true purpose behind her change in direction, but to clearly admit her mistakes and how elements of her privilege led to making said mistakes is exactly the kind of positive growth an ally should strive for. That's a perfect example of being an ally, to speak on and apologize for a harmful mistake you may have made and explain exactly how you will do better going forward. That's change. The core tenets of being a good ally are listening to others, boosting marginalized voices, and admitting when you've done wrong. These are only first steps. To make an effort, you need to consistently learn, have at times uncomfortable conversations, and participate. But if you truly take these ideas to heart, you won't need to call yourself an ally because others will do it for you. And honestly, doesn't any title feel better when it comes from someone else? Let me know about a good ally or voice you trust in the comments below, or better yet, tell me about a time when you realized you needed to do better yourself. As always, links mentioned will be in the description below. If you like this video, please subscribe and check out my Patreon. I hope you enjoyed watching, and please tune in Friday for the final video in our first Resistance Week.